A new BMW 3 Series derivative is always something to look forward to. What we are always itching to know is what it's like to drive. But that's not so in the case of this version. This is the BMW 3 Series Gran Limousine, and I'm going to first experience it the way it's meant to be experienced, from the comfort of the back seat. Wait a second. What is the BMW 3 Series Gran Limousine and why should you be interested? In a nutshell, it's the long wheelbase version of the 3 Sedan that we are all familiar with, and it's also an indirect replacement for the very popular 3 Series GT that's been discontinued the world over. The Gran Limousine is 110mm longer than the standard 3 Series sedan in its wheelbase, making this the longest model in the segment. Though it must be said, it doesn't look ungainly or oddly stretched in profile. Elsewhere, it's only the new design for the 17-inch wheels and the L in the badge at the back that differentiate the 3 Gran Limousine from the comparable spec 3 Series standard wheelbase sedan. Now that we've established what it is, let's cut to what the 3 Series Gran Limousine is good at.
गुलाब सिंह, ऑफिस की तरफ ले जाओ.
This is the seat you want to be on in the BMW 3 Series Gran Limousine. Now, the biggest beneficiary of that extended wheelbase is clearly rear seat legroom. Now, space in the back is as good as some larger, more expensive sedans. Even headroom, for that matter, is really good. I'm just under 6 feet tall and I can sit here very comfortably. BMW has also absolutely nailed the rear seat itself. It's really well cushioned, the backrest is set at a nice recline angle, the seat itself stretches out onto the door, the center armrest folds down to a nice height, so what you get is a very nice seating position. And even the upward shape of the seat base provides really good under-thigh support, so all in all, a very comfortable place to be.
There's no backrest recline adjust, but it's not something that you'll miss. And all in all, the Gran Limo's redone rear seat is a big upgrade over the standard 3's rear seat.
As for goodies and gizmos at the back, you get 2 USB Type-C charging slots, you get a dedicated climate control zone, and of course the big change on the 3 Series Gran Limousine is the incorporation of a panoramic sunroof, and it does make a difference to the experience at the back.
Adjustable ambient lighting is a cool inclusion too, and there's also the option of a comfort package that includes an iPad Air for your rear seat entertainment needs. What's missing though are blinds for the large rear windows. Also note, the high center tunnel means this is a seat best for 2 occupants. On the move, those familiar with the standard 3 Series will note some improvements on the Gran Limousine.
BMW has softened the suspension on the 3 Series Gran Limousine, and low-speed ride has become particularly cushy. You'll really like how nice and absorbent the suspension feels in town.
The chunky 17-inch tires also come into play on the rough stuff. And here's what the Big 3 is like on drives out of town.
The 3 Series Gran Limousine doesn't feel quite as well tied down as the standard 3 Series at higher speeds, but still body movements are well contained. You'll also find that the up and down motions are very genteel. But those with a keen ear will note that the 3 Series Gran Limousine's cabin is not quite as hushed as it could have been. There is some road and wind noise that creeps in at higher speeds.
On the whole, it's great as a car to be driven around in, but what's it like to drive? Like the standard 3 Sedan, the 3 Gran Limousine will be offered with a 258 HP 2-litre turbo petrol engine and a 190 HP 2-litre diesel unit. With us today is the 320 LD diesel, and initial impressions from behind the wheel are good.
If you've driven the standard 320D, you won't find much difference in terms of performance on this 320 LD. It's powered by the same 190 HP 2-litre diesel engine, and this is an engine that will put a smile on your face. It's responsive, the mid-range has strong punch, and it also likes to rev pretty hard.
The 320 LD does the 0 to 100 kph dash in a commendable 7 seconds. Performance in everyday driving is nice and likable too.
The engine is quiet and easygoing when you need it to be, but load it up and it does sound a bit gruff. But does it drive like a 3 Series? The short answer is no. It's set up softer than the standard 3 Series, and this is clear around the bends. So where the standard 3 Series feels sporty and agile in the corners, this one feels smooth and graceful. But you know what? This car's target clientele really won't have an issue with that. You can adjust the experience with engine, gearbox and steering settings, but only to an extent. You can shuffle through the drive modes, but even at its sportiest setting, it doesn't quite feel like a sports sedan. And well, frankly, it has limousine in its name, so it has no need to. The driving position is typical 3 Series though, low and sporty. In fact, if you've been behind the wheel of a 3, you'll find yourself at home in the 3 Gran Limousine. The neat new age BMW dash is shared with the standard 3 Series sedan. Things to like include the 10.25-inch touchscreen display that's slick to use and now also offers Android Auto, while the all-digital instruments display remains polarizing thanks to its counterclockwise tachometer. The front seats that sport adjustable thigh support are also comfy, and overall quality is good with tan leather and unlacquered wood helping the ambience inside. Some surfaces on the center console don't feel premium enough though. The 3 Series Gran Limousine will be available in 2 trim levels. Here's a quick look at all that's on offer on the luxury line trim. The M Sport that will be offered only on the 330 Li adds in heads-up display, a 360-degree camera and gesture control. Also included will be an M Sport styling pack and larger 18-inch rims. Of the other things, the 3 Gran Limousine features a powered tailgate. India spec cars handily get a space-saver spare tire that's neatly concealed under the boot floor. However, the boot is quite shallow and usable luggage room is limited. So to sum up, if you're primarily looking for a dynamic luxury sedan, you'd be better off with the standard 3 Series that will continue to sell alongside this model. The 3 Gran Limousine is a departure from the 3 Series sedan script, prioritizing comfort over sportiness. It's not a 3 Series you buy to drive, but one you'd buy to be driven in. And in that regard, it shines thanks to its super rear seat, increased legroom and great ride. Likely to be priced between 51 and 54 lakh rupees ex-showroom, the 3 Gran Limousine will fit right in between the 5 Series and the standard 3 Series sedan. That's to say, it'll be a couple of lakhs dearer than traditional segment rivals, but for many, the additional real estate at the back will be well worth the price.